All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Takehouse. We are doing a special XFL edition podcast. Jake, say hi to the folks.
What's happening?
We want to go over the glory that is the XFL. And today, we are going to go over the jerseys that they selected. First off, the Dragons, Seattle Dragons. Jake, what is your impression of the blue home uniforms for the Dragons?
I kind of like them. They remind me a little bit of the Florida Gators, right? I get that same reptilian sense to it, so I like it. I'm digging it. They're pretty nice. They're sleek. They've got some uniqueness to it. Um, yeah, I like it. I like the logo too.
It's okay. It's underwhelming because of the white helmets, is what I feel like. I don't like the white helmets on top of the blue. We're going to look at the white jerseys next, which I guess do match up here. Like, it gives it an entirely different vibe. I'm just going back and forth on the screen here from blue to
The
white.
whites give me a little bit of a Miami Dolphins feel though, so I
Yeah,
don't know how I feel about
it's
that.
sort of a Hurricanes vibe. Like, I get kind of a collegey Hurricanes feel, and the blue home ones don't give me that vibe at all. So it's very strange. It's basically having two alternate jerseys. Like, they're so different that it doesn't even feel like the same team almost. But I do
It
prefer
is
the
very
white
different.
jerseys. I do prefer the white ones.
See, it's strange to say that the white ones make me think more of the NFL, whereas the blue ones make me think of college.
The blue ones suck, is how I feel just looking at them. I don't like them. It's just a weird mix of the Broncos with a weird green, and I don't. It's not aesthetically pleasing. I know what they were trying to do, but there's too much emphasis on blue. Like, where did the blue come from? You're a dragon. Your team is a
Maybe it's a blue
dragon.
dragon, James.
No, it doesn't make any sense.
All right. On to the next team.
All right. Instead of raging at the Dragons, I'm gonna give them a fucking. I'm gonna give them two empty beer bottles out of 10 because I don't like them. Okay, they're empty
Two
and
empty beer bottles out of 10.
yeah,
All
they're
right.
just
So
not very
hot
good.
dumpster garbage.
Yeah,
Heard.
I just don't like them that much. All right, so the Vipers. We are moving straight to one of the favorites I noticed, the Tampa Bay Vipers. So these green jerseys pop out. These are fantastic. What was your thoughts when you saw these first?
Yeah, the snake scale green is nice. I'm really liking it. Honestly, both of them, the home and away, are nice. They got good vibes. The colors pop. They blend well. The helmets go with both. They're nice. I think they're probably top two in the league for uniforms.
I would maybe top three. I guess as we go through here, I'm gonna look at them more. I didn't zoom in on these as much. I'm actually like really investigating them now for the first time. I like the snake logo, like right in the middle of the chest. It just has a really cool look to it. I feel like I've seen that logo everywhere. It's very generic snake head, but I do like it. I like the color scheme, the green, the white, the yellow goes together really well. Um,
Yeah, they blend well.
they blend well. So I like these ones. I think these are very good.
I
I
even like the number scheme.
mm-hmm.
They're edgy.
Yep. So I would I would give this just a legitimate 8 out of 10.
Yeah,
Like, not even,
agreed.
no
A solid
jokes.
8.5, I think.
I really like these ones. I think these are nice. I think the white leaves a little to be desired, but outside of that, I think these are really smooth. So, all right, we're gonna move on to the next one now, and we are looking at the BattleHawks. The BattleHawks came out last night from St. Louis, and these ones were different. The helmets are they're a
So
lot.
promising. They're so promising, the helmets. If you just stopped at the helmet, they might be the best in the league. But, woof, you don't get to stop at the helmet. You get to go to their boring ass, weird blue purple, whatever the hell it is.
I think where they fail here, because if you look at their logo is a very like it's got a gray to it that's like a sword, it's like a rough edge, like an iron. Whereas the gray they use in these uniforms is not. It's very light. And I think if they went with like more of a dark steel color throughout these uniforms and even on the helmet, like maybe made the helmet chrome like the Roughnecks did, which we're going to go to. I love their helmets. I think if they went with the chrome helmet, these guys could have pulled off like one of the best uniforms we've ever seen. And this was just a total hit and miss based on, like I said, the icon and everything like that. I think this one's a miss. I think they could have done
You
so much more.
remember that really fun punter, Marquette King, for the Raiders there for a while?
Yep.
I think that's who he played for. He's the punter for the BattleHawks, so that'll be fun.
That'll be fun. I like him a lot, actually.
That'll be fun.
They need some stars in there, and King, people do like King. So, all right. I just want to sit here on the white ones a little bit too. The white ones I like better than the blue. I think they are a smoother look. I think it matches the helmet. I think that's a big thing about these.
Yeah,
I'm
the
noticing
whites look better. The whites look better.
Is that a lot of these? It's like the helmet only matches one of them. So like
I think
the Vipers, the helmet really matches the green, where it doesn't match the white as well. And this one, the helmet matches the white, but not the blue as well. So I think that's a common theme with these.
I think what's wrong with the other ones too, the purple blue jerseys, is the pants should have been white. I think they should have went with like a white, like if they were, how the jerseys are white on the other set and like the purple pants, they should have. It looks better. This the
Blue?
offset is right. Yeah.
Kept saying purple. I was like, what?
It looks purple to me. I'm telling you.
Dude, you're like, what are you? It's very dark blue.
Purple blue to me.
Well, it just probably monitor or something. But all right, we're gonna move on though because we've gotten through the BattleHawks. They're all right, but we want to really stare at the nice ones. And I actually love the Houston Roughnecks. I think this one looks and feels so good. The helmet is spot on. They nailed it. And the helmet, the way it matches with the pants, the lineup, they nailed it. What do you think about the Houston Roughnecks jerseys?
I think they're okay. I think they're tier 2 to me. I think they tried a little too hard, if that makes sense. I don't like the star on the shoulder. The star on the shoulder is just, it's a no-go for me.
I could do without the star on the shoulder. I agree.
Honestly, that's what kills it for me. If you got rid of the star on the shoulder, I think I'd be really sold. But it that messes it up for me. I do agree with you. The helmets are nice.
The
goes well with both uniforms. It goes well with. So that's
the
nice.
red uniform with it is it's perfect. It really is.
It does look good. It's got a very American feel to it.
Yeah, it's really smooth. I think the Dallas Houston teams did really good, which is great because they're going to be big markets for these teams. So
agreed.
For this league. So that's going to be a good thing. Those teams being good, especially in the New York team too, is going to be very important to the early days of the XFL. So their uniforms had to be perfect, and they did a good job of it. Let's move on now to the team that I was digging at first. I really like the logo, and I'm actually a big fan of these uniforms. I think they look really smooth, and this is one of the rare ones that I think they nailed it. The helmet matches both of them. Like for most of these, the helmet is kind of off on one of them. For me, the helmet matches both the away and the home jerseys. What do you think about the Guardians jerseys?
I think I liked them quite a bit, except the issue for me is the shoulder pad logo looks like a gorilla. Like if you look at it, it looks like a gorilla, and
I think if you zoom in on it, yeah, if you zoom in on it, I don't know. I have a far away look, but
it's definitely supposed to be a cat, right?
Yes.
So, it's a little odd, but I like it. I think I could have done without the red teeth, maybe, but overall, it blends really well. There's no clashing. I like the shoulder, the way they did the stripes with the silver and the red.
Yeah, typically I hate that kind of stripe job. I hate it.
It blended good.
But I like it because it matches the logo, so it looks nice,
And it hits the number scheme too, as well, like with the silver and the red. So yeah, it's good.
The numbers should be
well.
gray like the stripes. That's the only thing I can say about this one. I think the numbers look more white than everything else. I think if that was a gray that blended in with the rest of this, I think then this would look great because this is the only place where there's white is like the side of the pants and the numbers. Just get rid of the white, make it all
Definitely
gray.
digging the logo though. They're also like a 7.5 for me, 8.
Oh, I love the logo. I think the logo is really good. Even the front logo is unique in a way. So I think both of these uniforms are really nice. The gray ones look kind of video gamey. Like I've played NFL Blitz before, and I've seen this uniform before. So I don't know. I really like the New York Guardians. So we're gonna move on now. We're gonna check out the Dallas Renegades. This is another one I noticed got a lot of love. People were really liking these ones, and I agree. These are really nice uniforms. What do you think about the Dallas Renegades?
It's hard not to like the powder blues, right? I think their black uniforms are a little iffy because I don't like the red, man. I like the red on the helmet. The red stripe down the helmet's fine, but man, I just feel like the red it doesn't blend right. It goes much better on the white uniform. It's much more subtle. It's just got the shoulder pad red. I don't know. Maybe it's the pants are too dark with the red. Maybe I don't know. I do like it. It's got a good feel. I think the red stands out a little bit, so it goes from like a 9 to an 8 for me.
Mm-hmm.
But the Renegades logo is pretty friggin' cool. I like that a lot. And you really who doesn't like the powder blue, right? Come on, you can't.
It's
blue.
hard.
Powder blue and black is pretty friggin' good.
Powder blue is always a fan favorite. It's really hard to vote against powder blue.
But that's also why I think the red kind of it offsets it a little bit. You got the powder blues. What's the red for?
Yeah, find something that blends a little bit better. I mean, that's what the Panthers managed to do. They didn't force it. And I know the red eyes seem to be a common theme. And I get that one, actually. You want it to stand out and really be intense. And red eyes tends to do that. But I don't know if the red eyes had to be each team that used red eyes or red fangs incorporated it into the rest of the jersey. And this one seems to stand out a little bit more, I think, and you're right, than like the Guardians, let's say. The Guardians one seemed to fit, where this one, why the hell? That red stripe, the red stripe on the shoulder, it seems a little forced.
Seems so forced.
You could have just done without all the red and left it on the helmet. And I would have just made the stripe on the helmet just all black and then just left it there. Like the red eyes would have been fine. They would have stood out on their own. Maybe just make the XFL on the front red too. Make that the only thing that matches. I think that would have been fine. I think you could have gotten away with that. And these would have been the best jerseys in the league.
Or you could have, what would have looked really good is on both jerseys, you could have just had the Renegades above the numbers be red. That would have worked with the eyes. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have clashed well with either jersey at all. Would have looked great.
Yeah, something subtle like that instead of just
something simple that didn't feel forced.
Yeah, because it does stand out. I think you're right. I do still really like them, but I do think
I do too.
They need
I like them.
Just pull the red stripes right out of there, and they'll have a better product.
I think it's Vipers, and then the Guardians for 1 and 2, and then probably Renegades for 3.
Yeah, I like. Well, we're gonna look at the defenders next. So before we rank them, let's look over here at
Chiefs. Hello.
The defenders. The defenders, I think, were the first one to drop. These look really clean. The helmet matches both the home and away jerseys, which I really like. I appreciate that they took the time to do that, where some of them didn't. This one's simple. So this is where the Renegades, I think, went wrong. The defenders just were like, we're using 2 colors. The Renegades should have just done the same thing with the powder blue and black. This is where they got this one right. The pants look really nice. I really like these ones, actually. This one might sneak up on me later even more. I like looking at these ones.
I definitely don't hate them. They're just very Kansas City Chiefs to me.
I think the lightning bolts make them stand out to me because there's just lightning bolts everywhere when you start looking around.
They're very, out of all of them, I feel like there's nothing that is you can't say I don't like this about it. You know what I mean? This doesn't look right. This doesn't blend properly.
Yeah.
The only thing that I could say I could critique is maybe on the bottom right, under the armpit of the jerseys, maybe you could have made that go better with the pant legs. Maybe have a white strip. That could have been kind of cool.
Maybe where it comes out.
Other than that, looks good to me, man. I think they're pretty nice.
I do too. I think this one they did right. I agree. They probably could have just done a white stripe up there, but
Same with
besides
the white
that,
jerseys. If you'd have had the red strip up the on the under the armpit, would have looked great.
I would
But
agree
it's
with
still
that.
still very nice.
So this one looks the cleanest. It's probably not my favorite, but it looks the cleanest. Like from head to toe, it's consistent. It presents you the same color scheme. It doesn't try to get too fancy. It doesn't force anything. Like even the red, like the shoulder pads, like the lightning bolts there, the numbers on top, like it's all just fits really well. It's got a really simple vibe, and I really like it. Probably won't be my favorite team, but I this one will be a nice jersey to see, and their quarterback situation is going to make them a favorite early. So we're going to move on now to the last one. The LA Wildcats, I believe, were the last ones to release last night. These ones, how do you... I'm curious, I'm not even going to say anything. I want to know what you feel about these.
I don't hate them. They're in the middle for me, right? They're not the worst ones, but they're not the best ones. I think the helmet's probably my favorite part. I like the helmet a lot. Actually, I like the helmet a lot. I think they did really good with the LA logo, and then the color scheme's not bad at all. I think they could have I don't know, they probably could have worked out the darker scheme better, but the white scheme is really good. The white scheme's actually exactly what I would have liked the defenders to do, I think, with the under the armpit thing that I was saying, you know. I think I think they nailed it pretty well on the white uniforms for them, but the dark uniforms are iffy for me.
Yeah, this one's weird for me because I expected LA to be more like standouty, and this one's very kind of dark for LA. You know, I expected something brighter.
Has a very Utah feel to me.
Yeah, it's got a more of the like Midwestern. I don't know. It doesn't fit LA at all. So I'm really curious why they picked this one. Wildcats I think would have been fine, but the color scheme is just very Midwesterny to me. I don't think it fits LA at all. Like the Rams are, you know, blue and white, and I think that's a really good scheme for them. Like this one is just very strange. So this one was not my favorite. I was really, when I saw the logo too, I wasn't excited about the color scheme to begin with, and now it'll be really curious to see how this one evolves because I don't think it fits the city in basically any way.
It would have been kind of interesting to see a purple and gold.
Yeah.
And NFL uniforms.
Exactly.
Kind of like the Lakers. Would have been interesting.
Something reflective of the Dodgers or just a simple white and blue. You could have done a white and blue. I mean, there was so many options to do from LA that would have
just flat black and white. I don't think there is just a black and white uniform, was there?
No, you could have had something that really stood out here, and this one doesn't stand out. And an LA team needs to stand out. So, this is going to be one of those ones. I think maybe like the Chargers, where this either changes, evolves, or there's another LA team that just is going to be like the preferred over this one going forward. I don't see this one picking up. I could be completely wrong because Wildcats I think is actually a decent name, but I think the rest of it is just a hit and a miss. Where the hell is the Wildcat? Show me a picture of it. Like it's your logo. I don't understand. Like why would you pick?
Definitely a little strange.
You picked Wildcats, which is a great name, and then you made LA the logo. Why? This one's very confusing to me. So this one I think I'll be interested going forward to see how people feel about this one.
It would have made more sense. Excuse me. It would have made more sense for that, for them to have like a scratch marks through the LA logo, maybe to like fit Wildcats instead of it being on the helmet itself.
Something towards the theme, just
maybe
towards
just
the theme.
To get something to intertwine the two together.
Agreed, 100%. That's like I wasn't even. Like, as you said, I'm like, yes, that's exactly how I'm feeling. It's just there's nothing towards the theme of Wildcats at all. It's like they named it and they were like, we don't like this one. Yeah, let's just do whatever. It's really strange. Well, I want to thank everyone for stopping by. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like, subscribe. We will have our podcast feed up shortly. In fact, this one will land on the podcast feed as of Friday. You will be downloading these on the podcast if that's how you like it. We will keep the videos on YouTube as well, and then we will keeping these out a couple times a week, 3 times a week. We're going to do the best we can. So I want to thank everyone for the support. Jake, if there's anything you want to say, but we're heading out.
Go Eli Manning! Woo!
Yeah, all right, we'll see you all next week.